Welcome to Lesson 6.8 of the Grant Architect course. In this lesson, we explore Memoranda of Understanding, commonly called MOUs. MOUs formalize partnerships by documenting mutual expectations and commitments between organizations. They demonstrate to funders that partnerships are real, substantive, and that partners clearly understand their respective roles and responsibilities. MOUs provide a foundation for effective collaboration and help prevent misunderstandings during implementation. By the end of this lesson, you will understand when and how to develop effective MOUs for grant proposals, what elements to include, and how to present these partnership agreements to strengthen your applications. Understanding what an MOU is clarifies its role. The definition is a written agreement outlining terms between parties. MOUs document what each party will do and what they expect from the other. The purpose is to document mutual understanding and commitment. MOUs ensure partners have discussed and agreed on expectations. They prevent misunderstandings. Legal status is generally not legally binding. Unlike contracts, MOUs typically cannot be enforced in court. They represent good faith agreement rather than legal obligation. The use case is formalizing partnerships without full contracts. When you need more than a letter of support but less than a contract, MOUs fill the gap. Knowing when to use MOUs guides appropriate documentation. Partner commitments warrant MOUs when partners will contribute resources. If partners are providing staff time, facilities, or other tangible contributions, document these in an MOU. Funder requirements warrant MOUs when funders require partnership documentation. Some RFPs specifically request MOUs, others score applications higher when partnerships are documented. Check funder expectations. Complex relationships warrant MOUs when roles need clear definition. If partner responsibilities are significant or nuanced, document them to prevent confusion. New partnerships warrant MOUs when establishing expectations with new partners. MOUs help new partners understand what they are committing to and what they will receive in return. Roles and responsibilities sections in MOUs must be specific enough to create clear expectations while remaining practical to fulfill. For your organization's responsibilities, describe exactly what you will do under this partnership. What services will you provide? What resources will you contribute? What activities will you lead? Specificity creates accountability. If you commit to providing 20 hours of training, you can verify whether you delivered. If you commit to providing training support, ambiguity invites dispute. For partner responsibilities, describe what you expect from them with equal specificity. What will they provide? What activities will they perform? What outcomes are they responsible for? Partners should be able to read their responsibilities and know exactly what is expected. Mutual responsibilities identify things both partners will do together. Joint planning sessions, shared decision-making on certain matters, and collaborative problem-solving are examples. Clarify what collaboration means in practical terms. Resource specifications detail the resources each party contributes. Staff time, facilities, equipment, funding, and expertise should all be quantified where possible. Partner A will provide a project coordinator at 50% time for 12 months is clearer than Partner A will provide staff support. Understanding the difference between MOUs and contracts prevents confusion. Contracts are legally binding agreements enforceable in court. If a party breaches a contract, legal remedies exist. Contracts require specific legal elements. MOUs are good faith agreements not typically enforceable. If a party fails to meet MOU commitments, you cannot sue them. You can express disappointment and end the partnership. Contracts usually involve exchange of money. When one party pays another for services, a contract is appropriate. The legal protection matters when money changes hands. MOUs usually involve exchange of commitments. When partners contribute to each other without payment, MOUs document expectations without legal enforcement. Essential MOU components ensure complete documentation. Parties identifies who is entering the agreement. List the full legal names of organizations. Identify who has authority to commit each organization. Purpose explains why the agreement exists. What project or relationship does this MOU support? Context helps future readers understand the document. Responsibilities describe what each party will do. This is the core of the MOU. Be specific about deliverables, timelines, and expectations for each party. Duration specifies how long the agreement lasts. When does it begin and end? Is it tied to a specific project or ongoing? How can it be renewed or terminated? Additional MOU elements strengthen partnership documentation beyond basic role descriptions. Resource specifications detail exactly what each partner will provide. Rather than saying partner A will provide facilities, specify partner A will provide a 2,000 square foot training room with audiovisual equipment, tables, and chairs for up to 40 participants, available Tuesday and Thursday afternoons from 1 to 5 p.m. This level of detail demonstrates concrete planning. Timeline alignment ensures partners understand project schedule and their roles within it. When must each partner deliver? What are the key milestones requiring partner action? Include enough temporal specificity that partners can plan accordingly. Communication protocols establish how partners will stay connected. How often will partners meet? Who are the primary contacts? How will issues be raised and addressed? Clear communication expectations prevent misunderstandings. Modification procedures specify how the MOU can be changed if circumstances require. Projects evolve and agreements may need updating. Describe the process for proposing, discussing, and approving modifications. Dispute resolution provides a path for addressing disagreements. What happens if partners interpret the agreement differently? Who mediates? How are conflicts resolved? Having a process prevents disputes from derailing the partnership. Writing clear responsibilities requires precision that eliminates ambiguity about who does what. Vague language invites misunderstanding, while specific language creates accountability. Use action verbs that describe concrete activities. Will conduct, will provide, will submit, and will review are clearer than will support, will assist, or will be involved. Specify quantities where applicable. Will serve 50 participants annually is more accountable than will serve participants. Numbers create measurable commitments. Include timing expectations. Will submit monthly reports by the 5th business day of each month is clearer than will report regularly. Deadlines create structure. Address both what and how. Not just that partners will provide training, but how. Curriculum, duration, frequency, location, and staffing. This level of detail demonstrates thorough planning. Distinguish between required and optional contributions. Some commitments are absolute while others are contingent or aspirational. Make these distinctions clear. Include explicit statements about what is not included. Sometimes clarifying what partners are not committing to is as important as specifying what they are committing to. This prevents assumptions about unstated expectations. Common MOU mistakes undermine partnership effectiveness. Too vague means general language without specific commitments. If an MOU says partners will work together without specifying how, it provides little value. Be specific. Unbalanced means one party commits much more than the other. Partnerships should be mutually beneficial. If the MOU shows one-sided commitment, reassess the partnership or the documentation. Incomplete means missing essential elements. If responsibilities, duration, or other key elements are missing, the MOU is incomplete. Use a checklist. Mismatched expectations means partners understood the MOU differently. If parties have different interpretations, the MOU failed its purpose. Discuss before signing to ensure shared understanding. Negotiating MOS requires balancing relationship preservation with clarity about expectations. Effective negotiation creates agreements that both partners can fulfill and support. Start with draft language rather than blank page discussions. Proposing initial language gives partners something concrete to respond to and accelerates the process. Expect revision and do not take requested changes personally. Identify non-negotiable elements before discussions. What must the agreement include for your project to succeed? Know your requirements while remaining flexible on other elements. Understand partner constraints and concerns. What limitations does your partner face? What are they worried about? Understanding their perspective helps you craft workable agreements. Seek mutual benefit throughout negotiations. Agreements that clearly benefit both parties are more sustainable than those that primarily serve one side. Make sure your partner sees value in the partnership. Document discussions and decisions as negotiations proceed. Memory differs and circumstances change. Written records prevent later disputes about what was agreed, build relationship alongside the formal agreement. MOS document partnerships, but relationships require more than documents. Invest in the personal connections that make partnerships work. Allow adequate time for negotiation. Rushed agreements often contain problems that surface during implementation. Start MOU discussions early in proposal development. Getting MOUs signed requires planning. Authority ensures signers have authority to commit their organization. A staff member cannot commit the organization without authorization. Confirm who can sign. Review time allows partners time to review with leadership. Partners may need to consult their board or legal counsel. Build in review time. Legal review acknowledges that some organizations require legal approval. Universities, government agencies, and larger nonprofits often require legal review of agreements. No partner requirements. Timing plans for signature collection before deadlines. If you need the signed MOU for a proposal, work backward from the deadline. Account for mailing time if physical signatures are needed. MOUs for proposals require attention to funder expectations. Funder expectations ask what documentation the funder wants. Some funders require MOs, others accept letters of support, some want both. Check the RFP carefully. Format requirements ask whether any specific format is required. Some funders provide MOU templates, others accept any format. Follow funder guidance. Submission determines whether to include with proposal or have available. Some funders want MOUs submitted with the application. Others may request them after award. Know when documentation is needed. Project-specific tailoring adapts the MOU to the specific project. Generic MOUs about general partnership are less compelling than MOUs specific to the proposed project. A sample MOU structure provides a template. The header states Memorandum of Understanding between the named parties. Include full legal names of organizations. Background provides purpose and context for the agreement. A brief paragraph explains why this MOU exists and what project it supports. Terms detail responsibilities of each party. This is typically the longest section. Organize by party, listing what each will do. Be specific about commitments, timelines, and deliverables. Include duration, modification, and termination provisions. Signatures include date, signature line, printed name, and title for each party. Leave space for signatures. Indicate that signing represents authority to bind the organization. Here is a practical exercise to apply what you have learned. Step 1. Identify a partnership that needs documentation. Choose a current or potential partnership that would benefit from an MOU. Step 2. List what each party will contribute to the project. What will your organization do? What will the partner do? Be specific about contributions. Step 3. Draft MOU language for responsibilities. Write the terms section of an MOU documenting these mutual commitments. Use specific measurable language. Step 4. Review the draft with your partner for feedback. Share the draft and discuss. Does it accurately reflect mutual understanding? What changes would strengthen it? Let us summarize the key points from this lesson on Memoranda of Understanding. MOS formalize partnerships by documenting mutual expectations and commitments between organizations. They demonstrate to funders that partnerships are real and substantive. Core MOU elements include identification of parties, purpose statement describing why you are partnering, roles and responsibilities specifying what each partner will do, resource commitments detailing what each partner will contribute, and timeline with key dates and duration. Additional elements that strengthen MOS include detailed resource specifications, communication protocols, modification procedures, and dispute resolution processes. Writing clear responsibilities requires precision using action verbs, specific quantities, timing expectations, and explicit boundaries about what is and is not included. Negotiating MOS requires balancing clarity with relationship preservation. Start with draft language, know your non-negotiables, understand partner constraints, and seek mutual benefit. When to use MOUs depends on funder requirements, partnership significance, and project risk. Important partnerships warrant formal documentation even when not required. In our next lesson, we will explore letters of support, examining how to obtain compelling letters that strengthen your proposals.